Hello, and welcome to our Conference 101 video. Mamma mia, conference, here we go again. Get ready for the best ABBA training of your life. With me today is Amanda. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Amanda Sefton, one of the sabbatical officers this year. Thank you for having me on this training session with you, Bradley. I'm very excited.
Thank you, Amanda. And I am the campaigns organizer at UGS, and this is your one-stop shop for conference. Anything you need to know. So let's go.
Let's go.
Give me the content. Today we'll be discussing, does your mother know what conference is going to look like? Thank you for the motions, the policies they're bringing. Knowing me, knowing you, who is who at conference. The winner takes it all in a motions debate. Take a chance on procedural motions and code of conduct. No pun. So over to you, Amanda.
Does your mother know what conference is going to look like? So this year conference is being a bit different because it is all virtual and we don't want you staring at a screen for 8 hours a day. We wanted to make it as fun and engaging as possible. So we have split it across 3 separate days. Each day there will be a round of policy debate and there will be a different election going on. So the first day is on Sunday the 6th of December at 4 p.m. We will have an open address, the first round of policy debate, and then the presidential election results. Now, day 2 is on the 8th of December, and similarly, there will be a round of policy debate and then the National Council elections. Day 3 is on the 9th, and again, another round of policy debate, the final round, policy lapse. So this is all the policies that lapsed in 3 years ago, because UJS policy only lasts for 3 years. This is your opportunity to have them kind of re-continue for the next 3 years. And then we will have the Board of Deputies deputy election. So if you're interested in being on the Board of Deputies or the National Council, make sure you are coming to conference on those days as well.
Thank you for that, Amanda. It sounds like 3 exciting days.
I'm very excited.
And now it's time for thank you for the motions, the policies they're bringing. And so UGS motions are split up into 3 sections, or 3 policy baskets they're called. The first one is UGS and JSOCs. This is anything to do with how you think UGS or JSOC should run. For example, this could be a specific, or JSOC should have a specific officer on their committee to do with one thing, or that UGS should be working with JSOCs to provide more exclusivity training, for example. The second section or policy basket is campus. This is anything you want UGS to be doing on campus in general, working with universities and student unions to create change. For example, could be a previous motion that was UGS should be fighting to get IHRA adopted on university campuses. And the third one is community. And this is for UGS to have interaction with other, the broader Jewish community organizations. For example, this is a past motion was for UGS to be campaigning at the Board of Deputies for opt-out organ donations. And it's how we interact with people outside the student world. Then we have priority motions. This is how we decide the order of conference. Obviously, every year we have many motions submitted, and there's not always time to discuss all of them. So priority motions is your chance to tell us what you think are the most important motions and what should be discussed first. And this year it's different because, again, it's a virtual conference. So what will happen is anyone who signed up to conference on the Friday before the Sunday will be sent a link to vote online, and that will be our priority ballot. And there are 4 priority ballots. The first one is baskets. And this is to order which basket should be debated when. So this year, it's going to be that whatever comes first will be debated on the Sunday, whatever comes second will be debated on the Tuesday, and whatever comes third will be debated on the Wednesday. And then within each basket, we'll say which motions within the basket you think should be debated first. It's important to note that there's only 45 minutes for each basket. And although you have the option to extend the time, if you extend the time for one basket, then it means that there will be less time for other baskets. So priority motions is extremely important. Lastly, the motions themselves. And this is, again, your chance to shape your union. So every motion has a proposer and a seconder. And the proposer, the one who has written the motion, and who will have the ownership of the speak for the motion. And the seconder is the one who supports it and will have ownership of the summation. So, for example, in this motion on the screen, you see that the title of the motion was IHRA Definition of Anti-Semitism, and it has two sections. What's the idea and how do you want it to happen? What the idea for setting the scene. This is your chance to explain to anyone reading why you think this is an important matter. And the second section is how do you want it to happen? This is your chance to tell us as UGS what actual steps you want us to take to do with what you think is an important issue.
Knowing me, knowing you. Who is who at conference? So at conference, there are different positions and roles, but the key people are all on this screen. So you will see on the left-hand photo, someone standing at the podium making a speech. That is a student. Their name is Bradley Langer at this point. Thank you for this lovely image of you, Bradley. And you will see there's someone sitting at the table behind, and that is the chair and the chair's aide. So the chair is the person kind of in charge of conference, making sure that everything runs smoothly. They are making sure that different students have an opportunity to speak, that the timing is all correct, etc. And then the chair's aide is there to support them. You then have on the right-hand side photo, the steering committee. So the steering committee are made up of people who speak to the students. When you want to put forward a motion to say, actually, we want to pause, we want to take a break, let's say, you tell the steering committee will speak to the chair's aide, and they will inform the chair. So between the chair, the chair's aide, and the steering committee, they're all working together to make sure that your voice is getting heard and that everything is running smoothly. And then you have, obviously, you, the Jewish students, the delegates. You are there having your voice heard, speaking up about issues that you care about.
The winner takes it all. Well, this is a debate. We will have votes, and someone will win a vote and some people will lose a vote. And, the winner will take it all. So how does the debate work? And it's quite simple, actually. As this flowchart shows, that when a motion is brought for debate, the chair will read up the title and invite the proposer to speak for. Now, the proposer has the option to waive the speech. And the speech can then either go to the seconder or can go to you as the general Jewish student. However, someone does have to speak for the motion. If no one speaks for, then the motion will be dropped immediately. Now, speeches for and against motions are all 90 seconds. So the proposer would normally speak for the 90 seconds. Then we'll check, is there an amendment? Amendments will be submitted by students after the motions are published. And these will be things that you either add to the motion. And our amendments can be chosen as friendly by the proposer or unfriendly. If they're unfriendly, then the conference will have a debate. The person who proposes the amendment will speak for, a person will speak against. These are supposed to be 60-second speeches. And if the amendment passes by a simple majority, then it will be added to the motion. If it drops, then it will disappear. after you have that debate, you will then go back to debate the motion as amended, or as not amended. And you will then go have the speech against. We'll check to see if there's interest in another round of speeches. But once we've had the debate, we will then go to a vote. And this year voting will be different because we are unable to have raised hands. Again, it's on Zoom. So we'll be using Zoom polls. And so on your screen, it will come up as a vote for, vote against, or abstain. And everyone will have the option to vote. And then the chair will read out the result and say if the motion has passed, and so it becomes UGS policy, or has failed and will not become UGS policy. Now, there are 3 other things on here: part, procedural motions, and policy lapse. Policy lapse we've already discussed, but the other 2 we'll get to in a second. So, Amanda.
Take a chance on procedural motions. So procedural motions are different motions that you, the students, can put forward in the middle of the debate to change either what is happening. If you want to take a break, you can put forward a procedural motion to take a break. If you don't think that the chair is doing something right, you can put forward a motion of no confidence in the chair. So these are different motions and opportunities for you to kind of work out and change how the actual conference is working if you're not happy about something. So other examples is you can change the order of the motions if that's something you feel needs to be done. And if you feel that the meeting is should just end, you can put forward a motion to have the meeting end. But this is your chance to change the structure of conference.
Oh, and there's one other thing. These are called parts. And parts is an interesting thing where, for example, if you don't like a single line of a motion, but you like the motion as a whole, and you don't want the entire motion to fall, but you just don't like that one part, you are able to take this thing called negative parts. And what this is you can propose it, and you then have a debate just on that one line of a motion. And it can't be just a word or 2 words, it has to be the entire line. And so a person who proposes this part will speak for, someone will speak against, or can speak against, and then you have a vote. But if your procedure motion to take these words out falls, meaning more people vote against than they vote for, that line will become UGS policy just like that. Because we have a rule that says nothing can be voted on twice. So even if the motion as a whole then fails, that wording will still be UGS policy. And that's an example of negative parts. Alternatively, there's something called positive parts, which is basically the same thing, but opposite. Where if there's a line that you do like, and you really want that one line to be UGS policy, you can also propose a debate on that one line and a vote on that one line. And again, if it passes, it becomes UGS policy.
Wow, that's really interesting. Thanks for that, Bradley.
I know. Don't you just love democracy?
Get me demo crazy.
And now we get to a fun bit, the code of conduct. Now, this is a long document, and everyone wants to read it, and everyone should read it. All you need to do is go onto our website, www.ugs.org.uk/conf, CONF 2020. And on there, you have everything you need for conference and this policy booklet, which has everything you need. But basically, what the crux of the issue is that everyone has the right to come to conference and be respected, no matter what your opinions are or what you're saying. Everyone has that right to be respected. And anyone who tries to deny that right will have to go through a disciplinary process. But hopefully, we won't have to deal with this year. Amanda.
And now the key dates. So make sure you got your diaries out, putting these in. These are super important to know for conference. So every year you also have an opportunity to put in amendments to the Constitution. So if this is something you want to do, that closes on the 22nd of November. On the 25th of November is the last day you have to put forward all your motions that you want to be debated at conference. And then on the 30th, the motions are published, and you then have an opportunity to make amendments and to put forward those amendments for the motions. But the final sign up for conference is December 4th, with conference beginning on the 6th and continuing on the 8th and the 9th. I'm so excited. Aren't you, Bradley?
I'm so excited.
You know why I'm most excited? Is because I can do it for 3 days a week.
I know. It used to be 1 day, but now we get to spread of excitement over 3.
I know, it's fantastic.
I'm just too excited. And that's it from us. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to contact Amanda or myself, Facebook, our emails are on our website. We're here to help. But hopefully, we'll see you all at conference.
See you at conference.